Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of the Boss Rush Gamecast, a podcast where we talk about whether squares are the most pretentious shapes out of all the shapes. I think it's a pretentious shape. Is there any more pretentious than that?
I don't know. Why do you think it's pretentious?
See, to me, the square is always right. You know, it's never acute, it's never obtuse. It's right every time. Oh. And you know what? I don't think you can be right all the time, but apparently squares can.
That's true. If you put it that way, I'll agree.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. I guess rectangles would be sort of square.
Yeah,
but they're not as perfect. The square is perfect on all sides.
That's a very square thing of you to say.
Yeah, no, the square is just the most, like, I feel like it's just more, it feels more important than all the other shapes out of it. But, you know, we could be talking about circles and then we could just be going around all day if we talked about those. But when we're not talking about that, we are talking about video games. Here, we'll have a deeper conversation into the games that matter. I am one of your hosts, Patrick Klein, and alongside me this week is a girl who, if she was a fruit, she'd probably be a mix of a raspberry and a blackberry. But the rest of you know her as just Taylor.
Wait, why would I be a mix of a raspberry and blackberry?
Why would you? Because that's what a tay fruit is.
Tayberry
is.
Oh.
I already forgot. Yes, thank you. Yes, the tayberry, as we learned very recently. So excited to try one day. But yes, I'm excited to be back. So hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Hello, Taylor. And this week, for our very first guest, we are joined by indie music composer Chai Melodies, also known as Carlos.
Hello.
How you doing, Carlos?
It's good to be back. I'm doing pretty well. I'm very sleepy. We just had Halloween last night, and Halloween was very. It was a quite a spooky, eventful day.
Ooh,
it tends to be.
That sounds like a little bit of a story. Did anything exciting happen?
Well, I already know it was gonna be a scary day because I had to go to work. But my friend had a birthday party. Yeah. Yeah. But then I celebrated a friend's birthday party after that, or not birthday party, a small little Halloween trick-or-treating get together with my friend and her daughter, and we just walked around the neighborhood, and we had a sweet time getting some candy. So
sweet. Any particular good hauls?
Well, I guess we got kind of a break because we got a lot of Kit Kat, so that was pretty good.
Oh. That is a good break to have.
Yeah, but it was cute. It was a good time. So good Halloween.
Awesome. Taylor, how about yourself? Any fun things you did this Halloween?
Well, on Thursday we had a party at work, so I got to decorate for that, which was super fun. I love decorating at work. So I made the whole break room super spooky. We had giant spiders all over the place and spider webs and skulls and skeletons and ravens. It was super cool looking. And we had a costume contest. So I dressed up as Hilda from Pokémon, which it actually turned out really well for ordering everything within one day on Amazon. So I'm happy it came together. I had to paint the hat at I was up to 3 a.m. trying to work on the hat and painting it and make sure it looked okay. But I never entered the costume contest because, in my opinion, HR should not be allowed to enter because I feel like HR, at my old company, it was mandatory for HR to dress up. You had to dress up every Halloween. What? Here, it's not mandatory. Crazy. Yeah. I mean, because we're HR, I feel like we have to represent the company. So we had to dress up. Here, it's optional. So out of there's me and 2 other people on the HR team, and I was the only one who dressed up. And I was like, you guys are boring. But even still, I dress up because I feel like HR has to represent. So I never enter the contest. I think it should be illegal for HR to enter the contest. So
a federal crime? You think there should be a federal crime for HR to enter a Halloween
HR
contest?
Violation.
Yeah, it's going in the employee handbook now. But it was super fun. We had two people dressed up as the Lorax, and I was laughing so hard at their costumes, and they were just walking around the office in these giant fat looking costumes as the Lorax with their big mustaches, and every time they walked by my office, I started laughing so hard. They got first place in the contest, which was awesome.
Shout out to the Lorax. Shout out to the Lorax.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you brought attention to the trees.
I don't think so.
No, just attention to the party. Okay.
Yes. But it was a good time. How about you? How was your Halloween?
Well, I got to work from home this Halloween, so that was always enjoyable. That I don't have to envision the horrors of the office during that day. But I did, I kind of putz around with some like spooky games because it's Halloween. This is like one of the last true times to like really like get into it. So
Mm-hmm.
I managed to beat Luigi's Mansion 2 last night because of it.
Isn't that the one many people consider the worst? Is it number 2 that people don't like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2 has a mission structure to it that just kind of makes you repeat the same mansion over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can talk about that a little bit later when we talk
Mm-hmm.
about what we are playing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as I mentioned, this is the very first Gamescast, so this is a special podcast that we're offering to all of our listeners. If you are a patron, you get this 2 weeks early before everyone else, and then everyone else gets to hear it. And what we kind of want to do is we want to have more of a podcast that focused on gaming instead of news, which is what our flagship podcast is more focused on. So this one we're good. We Taylor and I recently were hosts of the Boss Rush Book Club, and when Taylor decided to leave it, the Boss Rush Book Club ceased to exist, and somehow we hired her back for the Gamescast here. It's kind of an interesting story
Temporarily.
how that would work. Yeah. So if you guys didn't have an opportunity to check it out, check out the Ben Starr interview, which was the last of these quote unquote book clubs that Taylor and I did. And now we are doing the Gamescast, which has a little bit of a book club element to it. We could be talking about a game where we will be going into spoiler territory. We will warn you ahead of time when we get to that point. But it won't necessarily be as in depth as what the book club was. And we have the opportunity to talk about other things than just that one game. So with that, I say maybe we get this party going and talk about what we have been playing, watching, or if we had anything cool that we just recently picked up. So let's start with Taylor. Taylor,
Oh, okay.
what have you been playing?
Well, aside from trying to finish Silksong Act 3, which I'll get to eventually, I've been playing a little bit of the Silent Hill 2 remake. I actually have not gotten very far in that at all. I think I've only played I don't even know, 5 hours of it, 6 hours of it.
Okay.
But I think the issue was it was supposed to be like a family thing because I did this with Until Dawn. Anytime I played Until Dawn, my sister and her boyfriend would watch me play, so it became like the thing. We were trying to do that with Silent Hill 2, so I could not play by myself. I could only play it if they were available because they wanted to watch me play it. And we've just been so busy this month. Our schedules haven't aligned. So unfortunately, I didn't get very far. I will say I am glad I get to play it with them though, because I scare very easily. Like for anything, like movies, real life games and stuff. I get scared very easily. And Silent Hill 2 started off very unsettling. It was more like suspense and stuff. And I was like, oh boy, this is going to be scary. But my sister and her boyfriend just don't scare at all. And they were just making jokes about everything going on in the game. It made me feel so much more calm because we were having a good time because once you learn at the beginning of the game, you can like break into windows and stuff. I just started breaking. I started going ham. I was breaking into like every car I see. I will not walk by a car without breaking its windows. I'm breaking every shop window. I've just been having a fun time with it. We went like we like to look at stuff, so we went into one of the restaurants and we were reading the menu and we were trying to check out what's available on this menu and what's the price range and flavors.
What's the Sunday special?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
some of them were really funny. We walked by this one store because we were also reading the hours posted on the stores because we were just wanting to
That's
look at
really
all the
important,
details.
though. That's super
Yeah, so
important.
Yeah.
we just
It's a
get
small town. How
immersed.
late were they open for?
Well, the one store we laughed at
Hmm.
was open. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like I think Monday through Thursday. It was open for like it was at like 10 a.m. to noon,
Hmm.
2 hours, and
That's
then it said
nothing.
yeah, and then
Mhm.
Friday was 11 a.m. to noon. It was only open 1 hour on Friday. And I was like, and then they were closed on weekends. So I'm
Mhm.
like, no one wants to work. I was like, what is up with this store? You're only open for
No
one
one.
hour on Friday and then you're closed weekends. I was like, do you guys just not want to work? Like, what is going on
Yeah.
at the store? It was
It's
very
sounds like
funny.
perfect work hours, though.
I know. I'm like, as
Yeah,
long as you're
you
not
can
an
chose my
hourly
hours.
employee, if you're a salary
Yeah.
employee, you still get paid.
Oh yeah.
Then it's a
Sounds
good
like a
deal.
money laundering business.
It
It
could
was
be.
very funny. Um, yeah, so it's been entertaining just looking at everything. I will say the one thing I like about Silent Hill 2, I've never played any other Silent Hill games. This is my first one, so I don't know if it's like this in all of them. But the
Hmm.
reason Resident Evil games and other games scare me is because I don't like jump scares at all.
Mhm.
I hate opening a cabinet and a zombie it comes out and attacks you. You know turn the corner and there's something there. I hate jump scares.
Hmm.
Um, in Silent Hill 2, at least so far, it has been impossible to be jump scared because anytime there is a zombie within anywhere of your
Mhm.
radio goes static. You hear your radio make static noises,
Hmm.
um,
You
which
have
has
the
been
I
nice for
can
me.
hear you, but I can't see you now
Yes,
effect going on.
so it's been nice because, like, when I'm exploring an abandoned building, for example, I had to go to an apartment complex, and I was so worried I was going to open a door and there'd be a zombie in there, but I knew there wasn't because my radio wasn't staticky. So I was like, oh, there's nothing in here, and there was nothing in there. And like, if I was like in a hallway and then I heard the static, I was like, oh, well, now I know there is a zombie in the next door, like next area because of the static. So like, I can't get jump scared in the game, at least so far, because the
Hmm.
radio always alerts you way ahead of time if there's a zombie nearby. And I love that. It has saved me from being scared.
Hmm.
um, but yeah, it's been
No.
interesting. I've been just trying to like guess the story as I go and I have no idea what's going on, but we'll see.
Hmm. And I haven't played the actual remake yet. I'm assuming they kind of revamped uh the control so that it's like an over the shoulder uh experience instead of like the camera follows you instead of it kind of being in fixed locations, or
Oh,
when you go from one area to another, does it kind of adjust the camera?
it follows you. Kind of like it's like
It
behind
follows
you when
you,
you're
yeah.
like moving. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was part of the scariness with the radio in the original ones, where you could hear the radio going, but the camera wasn't going to show you exactly where the creature was, so you could still get like scared if you walked a little too far and then the camera shifted and boom, there it was right in front of you.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
whenever I hear the radio, I stop moving and then I just
Hmm.
turn the camera all the way around me to look for the zombie first before I
Mhm.
continue. Sometimes I can't find it, like I'll hear it
Mhm.
staticky and I'm getting upset and I'm like, where's the freaking zombie? I can't find the zombie. And then it's one of the ones like on the ground and all of a sudden from out of nowhere it's like like it like crawls around the ground and I'm like, wow, okay, I gotta like kill you. Those ones move fast. They're a little bit hard to see.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm excited that you're jumping into, a cult classic here. Like, even if you're not a horror fan, like if you ever do a dabble in like a horror game, Silent Hill is probably considered one of the best ones. Well, Silent Hill 2 is probably considered one of the best horror games out there.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
I've heard that from a lot of people. The audio design is amazing. Uh, it's so good. Like, it builds the atmosphere really well. It's very unsettling. Like, they do a really good job at making it very creepy when you're walking around. Yeah. So I'm curious to continue playing that one. And then the other one that I have been playing is Pokemon ZA. Which I am obsessed with. This is the most fun I've had playing a Pokemon game in a really, really long time. Probably since Sword and Shield. I know everyone has very different opinions on like all Pokemon games because like I know a lot of people like Legends Arceus. I did not. Arceus did not click with me. I quit that game. I did not enjoy Arceus for whatever reason. Wasn't my jam. But Sword and Shield, I absolutely love. That's one of my favorite Pokemon games. I was obsessed with Sword and Shield, and I feel like ZA for me has been the next Pokemon game since Sword and Shield that I've had this much fun playing. Like I love it so much. I like the environment. I know some people don't like it all stuck in the city, but I think that maybe that's why I like it more than Arceus. I don't know. To me, this is like my jam. I'm like, I'm in like a bougie city. Could sit at cafes and go shopping and get my hair done and have picnics with my Pokemon. Like I was like, this is my life. I want this life. So I'm enjoying it a lot. The customization's like amazing. I'm really glad they made your characters super customizable on this one. It's so much fun. I really like seeing everyone online match their character with their Pokemon. Like a lot of people do that. And I think it's fun. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And I find the battling in this very fun too. I like the real-time battle, just like running around and trying to fight and run away. I would say I'm probably, I don't even know how far I'm maybe half.
What rank are you?
What rank?
F.
Okay.
Oh, F's in the chat for Taylor's ZA progression.
I
think I just got past F. I think I'm E now, but it's been a week since I played it. How about you, Carlos?
Oh yeah, I feel like you're very far in it, Carlos. In ZA?
In ZA? Oh, I've been struggling in rank Y. I don't know why I'm playing it.
Oh my god.
So I've been playing let's see. I played Hades 2. I got addicted even though I promised myself I wouldn't get addicted. I got stuck in Hades 2.
You told me yourself. You're like, I'm gonna play Hades 2 later down the line, and then like the next day, Carlos is not Hades 2.
Yeah, I beat the main campaign of it. It's a phenomenal game. I don't think either of you have played it yet or have gotten too far in it, so I won't say much about it. But I will say that I think it's better than Hades 1 in almost every way, except that I do miss the banter of Zagreus. I do miss some of the more prevalent members of Hades 1, but that's just because they're also so good. Yeah, I know you're biased, so
yeah.
So I do miss but that just means like the first game was so good that they could easily intertwine the two things and like it could be perfect. So Hades 3 better be a combination. So
that'd be pretty cool where you can like switch between your protagonists.
Yeah, or maybe you can have to play as both for some reason, or like I think that would be cool. So Super Giant Games. I'm looking to be a game designer. Hire me for Hades 3, please. Anyway, so Hades 2 is phenomenal. Probably really top 3 games for me this year. I've been playing Silent Hill F with a friend when his wife is watching us play because she thinks she wants to see us get scared. And that game to me has been really so kind of similar to what Taylor was talking about Silent Hill 2. Like I kind of figured out how to if something's gonna attack me, because if you're running in that game if you're just running around, the stamina won't go down, but if a zombie is nearby or if a monster is nearby, it does go down. And I'm like, aha, I sensed you. There's no audio cueing like that, but that game is funny to me. It's not very scary, mostly because like how Taylor mentioned, she plays with her siblings. I'm playing with a friend who him and I both joke about everything, so So whenever we figured out zombie patterns, we're just like, oh, here we go, time to slide to the left, and then do a counter.
Hinako, like her slide is ridiculous. Like my
Hinako,
goodness, she just jumps all across the screen when you do a dodge.
Hinako is not a defenseless little girl. She can probably beat me up any day. She can probably beat me up if she had like nothing to eat for 5 days. She's so strong. She can do anything. So I feel like Hinako is a very the combat is like I don't know. Like the combat is probably the weakest part of the game for me though. Like the actual I was the way I describe it is that the game itself, I like the story a lot, but the gameplay is really clunky. And it kind of weakens it for me. But I do like it because the story is cool. And at first I didn't know what was going on, and I started to piece it together, and it feels really fun to put together. Like, oh, like what's this actually about? Which I know, Taylor, you want to play it, so I won't mention specifics, but like,
I don't care. I'm not going to play it for a year or two.
Okay. Anyway,
I'll forget it by then.
Okay. Well, anyway, I haven't beaten it yet. We're like pretty like you switch. So in that game, you switch between like the real world, which is her Japanese town being like invaded by like spider lilies, and then the shrine world where you're like being led by this tall Inari man with a fox mask. And we were past, and you switch between the two. So I think, and right now we are past the point. We're back in the real world, and we're trying to figure out what to do after going back home, basically, is how I'll put it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we'll probably be it this month, but so far the game is interesting, and I don't think I don't like the way their story progression is, because you have to beat the game multiple times to get the actual ending, and I don't want to do that. So that to me was
times.
Yeah, so that to me, I don't know. I'll probably just YouTube it because I don't want to do that. But it's been a fun time.
My friend Stephanie is playing it. She says that there are differences in the second playthrough, with like dialogue and like other options to do. So it's not like completely one-on-one replay.
I see. I think, I don't know. I'll see how my friend's feeling and if he wants to keep going. Yeah, and I'm also playing ZA. I'm currently rank C, and I'm gonna stop there because C is for shy. Yeah, so that's where I belong. I think the game is very fun. I found a Pokemon that reminds me so much of Taylor in that game. The name is Trubbish.
I already know it. No, I did the joke first. You cannot use that. You're such a loser.
And it evolves into HR Taylor, Garbodor. I'm just kidding. No, I like that game. I'm just kidding. No, that game is fun. Taylor already said everything about that game that I like. Like I like the real-time battling. I like the catching in the overworld. I like the zones. I like the characters. I think the dialogue is very funny in that game, like with NPCs. Like they say the most random stuff. Like, and I'm just like, who did the localization for this game? Like, why are there NPCs talking about like, oh, like gotta do this before I pass away, or like, oh, like it's just really random.
These are like lines. Real adults, like sharing their like unfiltered thoughts to you.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like ZA's like the dialogue and the story are just awesome. Like I feel the whole like gang, the MZ gang, like the camaraderie among them all is just it's a lot more believable than say the rivalries in like a lot of the other past games. Like I really like that aspect to this.
Yeah. Yeah, I will retract. Okay, so Trubbish and Garbodor don't remind me of Taylor, but Mega Altaria does because of her dog Naya.
Good save, thank you.
So, I kept running into Trubbish and I kept catching all of them, and I had a full team of Trubbish, and I was just like, "Oh, it's trash day!" I took pictures posing with all 6 of them.
I remember running into an alley and finding the Garbodor, and it's like, holy cow. That thing started to chase me, and I was way under leveled for him. or her.
Yeah, that
I didn't know
happens to me
what
a
it was.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah, garbage has a gender in this
Hmm.
game.
Yep, a lot of them seem to have genders.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, anything else you've been checking out?
No, other than that,
No.
like that's basically it. ZA is probably taking the most attention right now. I'll eventually beat it,
Hmm.
but it's so I get lost in that game trying to find what outfits to buy. That's like the most
Yeah.
addicting thing in that game is the glamour.
Yeah. My current outfit right now is kind of like a black and white ensemble. It's like a white jacket with like a
Hmm.
black Pokeball on the back, black cargo pants, and like a what kind of hat am I wearing? I don't remember what hat. I think it's a baseball cap. I don't remember.
Hmm.
But it's a nice black and white like matching ensemble.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. How about you guys?
um, oh, like what we're wearing?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, the same thing: jean shorts, a white sweater, pink shoes, and a pink purse. So honestly, it's very similar to how I dress in real life. So this is kind of like me. I unlocked the pink hair. Um,
Hmm.
I know there's two shades of pink hair. So I got the first shade of pink hair, and it does not match any of my clothes that I own at all. It looks horrible, all of my outfits. So I haven't changed my hair pink yet. So I'll wait to do that down the road. I'm like, I have to
Maybe you
get a
could
whole
like
new
change.
wardrobe.
Yeah, that's the joy of it. Now you can get a whole new wardrobe to match the hair.
Yeah, but I've kind of grown attached to my little brown ombre hair. Like I was like, oh, I look pretty cutesy. Because even like my eyes, I'd probably have to change my eye color to pink hair too. I was like, I don't know, I'm a little attached right now, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe after I beat the game, I can get a makeover.
I feel like it's like symbolic because your hairstyle in the game is similar to when you changed your hairstyle in real life. So it's like the game
It is. It's
character.
very matchy
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See.
Hmm.
So you have
Yep.
to get pink hair IRL before you can change your character's hair in game.
Yeah.
Yeah. My outfit is just a black hoodie with a beware on it. Um, and then black because my character has blue hair and doesn't look very good with much stuff on it. So with like other colors rather.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
More
cool.
gothic.
Hmm. Kind of doing that the emo style.
Yeah.
Yep. That's cool. You get yourself the candle Pokemon. What's that one called?
Oh,
The
actually, I'm using that one. The Chandelure, the one that
Yeah.
yeah, I'm using that one right now actually. So
Hmm. Yeah. Cool. All right. So, the game that I've been thoroughly addicted to just recently is a game called Dispatch. It is like a Telltale style game, episodic, where you
Oh,
are
okay.
a superhero whose superpower was his mech suit and it gets destroyed. So now, and able to still stay in the game, you are a superhero dispatcher. And you are
Mm.
running a team of misfits of
mhm.
former supervillains now or former villains now trying to be change their lives and be heroes. So it's a story like you choose your choices matter. You get dialogue choices. There's some quick time events if you wanted to. You can have the option to turn it off if you don't like quick time events. And then there's the bigger mini game of it is a dispatching game where you have a map, you have your log of heroes, and your heroes each have kind of unique abilities. Or like unique characteristics where they maybe one specializes in fighting, defense, speed, charisma, and intelligence, and you are supposed to dispatch them depending on the need of the crime that's going on. And then little things could happen during that where you have to like make decisions or you do like a little hacking mini game.
Hmm.
uh, but then the other meat of it is it tells a story about these characters in that Telltale's fashion. So if you ever played a Telltale's game, you know
Hmm.
that the story can go a lot of ways. And sometimes what you think might have been a little decision or like a little comment could have had deeper repercussions towards a character who might remember
Mhm.
what you said to them earlier. Um, it's also a very adultish game. It doesn't stray away from humor,
Mm-hmm.
um, violence, well, like animated violence, and sex talk. So um, it's a mature superhero game
Mm-hmm.
in that regards. But the storytelling is just so good. Like it feels very refreshing. The animation style is really top notch. It's like you're just kind of watching a cartoon play
Mhm.
out where you get to make the choices. And the voice acting is a collaboration with Critical Role. The main characters are Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Oh, I heard about that.
I
Yeah,
love
hmm
he's so good.
Yep, and uh, Laura Bailey, who is from
Oh, I
Critical
love Laura
Role and
Bailey.
does, yeah, she's
Mm-hmm.
another one of the main characters. And Erin Yvette, I think her name is like the other main character. I don't know where she's from, but it's a great group of voice casts, and the game is only up. It's a 8 episode game. Each episode takes about an hour to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they've released 4 of the episodes, and then every week they release 2 more. So it should be fully released in 2 more weeks from this recording. But
Nice. Yeah, I just Googled it and the art style looks really cool.
oh
Like, it just
yeah,
looks like
no,
a cartoon. Oh my God,
it's a
you
fun
type
game.
so loud, Farlins.
Oh, sorry.
Your keyboard is so loud when you type.
Uh,
Sorry.
Other than that, I mentioned I did play a little bit of Luigi's Mansion 2. I started that
Mm-hmm.
one back when I originally got the game for the Switch, but then I kind of set it down and picked it up in hopes to just kind of beat it. And I remember really liking this game when it was a 3DS game. Now that it's a Switch game, I kind of see why people are like kind of call this the worst of the Luigi's Mansion games. It
Hmm.
it does have a very repetitive mission structure where they basically send you into the mansion like 5 times, and there are 5 different mansions in this game that you can go and visit, and it's a lot of like check the same drawers again so that you can find some treasure, maybe find a secret boo or a gemstone in the game.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So I'm kind of glad I'm done with that because I was getting bored, and some of the mission structures I kind of thought was a little questionable. Like the last level had like this gauntlet of ghosts that you had to literally run through the mansion within like a certain amount of time before the whole dimension collapsed on you.
Hmm.
And it just like, I don't know. Luigi's not exactly a fast runner in that game. Yeah.
Poor Luigi. Yeah, I never played Luigi's Mansion 2 because I just heard it wasn't good, so I skipped
Mm-hmm.
it.
Same.
I
I
played
didn't
the
play it.
original,
hmm
obviously. Yeah, the original, all those, when it first came out a bazillion years ago, I played that one. And then I played 3, because that was the one with the co-op with Luigi, right?
Mm.
With Luigi.
Yeah. Yeah, Luigi. Yeah. Yeah, I
hmm
played 1 and 3, but I didn't play 2. Just because I heard it wasn't, a lot of people just didn't really like it or it wasn't their fave. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Same.
I like the idea that it was 5 different mansions, but the repeated use of those mansions just kind of like it just got a little bit boring and felt bloated after a while. And then
Mm-hmm.
finally, I looked back at my goals and realized that I told myself I was going to play a lot more RPGs this year, and I have not played a whole lot of RPGs this year. So I'm trying to rectify a little bit of this during some downtime between games, and I
Hmm.
picked up Tales of the Rise, the Beyond the Dawn DLC because I have beat the original game but I've not played the expansion to it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know there was an expansion. I dropped the game.
I know I did not either.
Yeah. The expansion does take place 1 year after the original game. I think you can literally jump right into it. Like it on the menu screen, it has an option where you can just jump right into it. It brings your characters in at a certain level and then says, "Okay, here you go." It's kind of like playing the game again and give you all the tutorials quickly and send you off on your mission in a world that if you haven't played through the original one, you're going to be very confused on what the heck's going on.
Yeah, I feel like. Oh, sorry, you can continue.
No, continue.
I was gonna say I feel like I have this similar problem to you because JRPGs in general are my favorite thing growing up. I play JRPGs all the time and I love them and I love RPGs and stuff, but they're just so time consuming. I think is like the issue is like a lot of JRPGs will take 50 to 70 hours, and I feel like now as an adult I'm like I don't have that much free time to game. Like I feel like that's why like I hardly play JRPGs anymore, and it's because I prefer games I can just pick up for an hour or so, a couple hours per week, and still make some progress and stuff. Where it's like I don't know. So I feel you on that.
Yeah,
a lot of JRPGs.
Same.
And right there with you guys. I think that's why I've been jumping and doing like a lot of indie games or like these more smaller adventure games. But luckily, I hear Beyond the Dawn is only like 30 hours for an expansion.
That's good.
But it's cool seeing all the cast come back again and just like reminisce about the old times. The battle system is very fast paced. It's actiony. Like when you touch a bad guy, it goes into a battle screen where you can move around wherever. You have your symbol buttons all kind of do your special abilities, and you use an AP point every time you use a special ability, and those just regenerate, kind of like a traditional Tales game. And while those are regenerating, you also have a regular attack button and a dodge button. But then your directional keys can kind of trigger called boost attacks, where characters join together or you command a character, they will do a certain attack, and it may have an advantage. Like Xion has a gun, so her attack does higher damage to flyers with her gun, or another character might be able to break armor. It depends on what the character's special ability is, and then you build up a meter, a break meter, and once you get the break meter full, you get a symbol pops up on the screen. You push any direction button, your characters kind of combine together and do like one really big super attack. So it's very flashy, and your characters talk a lot. They just talk nonstop while you're walking through the map and just say like just random conversations that are going on. So it's kind of cool, but it's also like it's like, okay, finish your conversation because, I want to hear what you're saying, but I need to move on to, this next spot, which might trigger a different conversation. Yeah. But it's really cool. I'd like to see where they're going to go with the Tales games from here because there was a recent interview with the director. There are 4 Tales games right now in the making. They plan on. Yeah.
Well, some of them are remakes, aren't they?
Yeah.
They
said there's 2 remakes being made right now. One of them's getting close to being announced. Then there's the Tales of Xillia 2, which they separated from the remake. So technically now 3 remakes are in there. And then they said the 4th one is a new entry that they can't reveal yet, but it is in the works. So
yeah, it makes sense. I'm really glad they announced Xillia 2 remastered or remake because it made no sense for them to release Xillia 1 and not Xillia 2. I remember a lot of people were upset about that. I was upset about that. I'm like, why would you only release 1 and not remaster or remake the other one with it too? So I was excited when they finally announced Xillia 2. I was like, I'm
Yep.
really hoping one of the other remakes is Tales of the Abyss because I think that's one of the
Oh my
best Tales of
gosh.
games, and everyone needs to play it.
Yes.
And I really fingers crossed they remake
Hmm.
that one.
I could see Abyss being one of them. I would love to see one of the ones that didn't come to America, like Innocence or Rebirth. I've heard were both
Mm.
pretty decent, and they were Japanese only. I think
Hmm.
they were PSP games. So that,
Oh.
Mm,
yeah, PSP or Vita games. They were one of those two systems. It would be really cool to see them bring those ones. I mean, if they also want to bring Destiny 2, I wouldn't complain about that one either.
mm.
So, yeah, I like the Tales games. They're fun. It's
They're cute.
just kind of
Hmm.
sad that it's been a while since a new one's been released. I remember those just coming out like every other year at one point.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, they're fun
Yeah.
to play together. I think that's why I didn't like Tales of the Rise much.
Yeah.
Um, Me and my siblings grew up playing the Tales of games together. We always played the multi
Hmm.
co-op mode. So we're used to playing through all of them together because a lot of people don't even know they have co-op, which is interesting. But like the older games like Symphonia Abyss, and even Zillia 2, you can play with other people in person and they just each pick a different character on the party. You just play together. So we used to do that for every single Tales of games. I remember Arise being single player was very upsetting for us. And I know a lot of people
Mhm.
don't care about that.
Mhm.
But we were upset about it because it made us sad. We're
It's
like, it's not the
interesting though
same.
too. Yeah, because like I said, it goes into a separate battle screen, so it's not like
Mhm.
you know, it, like you could probably have both of your characters like on the map. Well, I know
I
it
mean, I
does
feel like
follow
the
your character.
combat, yeah, I feel like the combat system that they went with in that game wouldn't have
Mhm.
translated well for multiple people fighting at the same time.
I can see that.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, whereas other games, they obviously make the combat so it zooms out far and you can see your characters running on the map and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
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 Plus, like, there's a duo character attacks and like the camera system, so I feel like it's just
Hmm.
better. It's all like all to one for that game only. But it'd be cool to see return to form for a future game for sure. Especially if you could like do
Mhm.
Yeah.
like different, like if you could like split the way like the POVs from two different screens. Like if you did online or like if you did couch co-op, maybe you could do split
That would
screen.
be cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
like just maybe like split it. Like I
Hmm.
guess that would be kind of hard,
It would
I
but
be.
don't
I don't
like
know.
that
There's
I
idea.
a
don't.
I
oh
don't like that idea. No. I would
well
prefer it. They just make it like the older Tales of games where it's
oh if
panned
Hmm.
out and you
never
run
mind.
around. No split screen weird stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like when they zoom it out for the whole like arena, like in
Well,
Tales
yeah,
of Abyss?
Yeah.
yeah, Abyss, Symphonia,
Hmm.
Zillia.
Yeah,
Where
We
it's
just
kind
played
of like a
Grace's F.
square arena or a
Mhm.
rectangular arena, and yeah.
that'd work. Yeah, just back to
Hmm.
form.
Mhm.
Oh, it's interesting. I think a lot of games are looking back to maybe going back to form. I know with the success of Expedition 33, Square has entertained the thought of
Mhm.
maybe going back to a more faster paced turn base,
Hmm.
possibly. Don't know if that's true or not, but um, yeah, it's uh, we got a lot of remakes or remasters have come out, and I feel like this is like companies trying to test like are these things still relevant these days, like, and
Mhm.
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of remasters have sold well.
Hmm.
Hmm. But the game we're going to be talking about today isn't exactly a remaster or a remake. It's a completely original one. We are going to be talking about Hollow Knight Silksong, the game that was announced 8 years ago, and people completely thought it was a myth.
Wait, it came out.
It apparently it did. Yeah, it
Oh,
just like dropped one day. Team Cherry's
you're
like, here
kidding
you
me.
go. I know.
I can't believe you missed
Yeah.
it, man.
Well,
So
I just.
I hope you don't mind getting spoiled here, because we're going to be talking quite a bit about where we're going to be going into the deeper discussion here. Um, So this is your chance to leave the episode and come back when you played the game, or if you don't care, stick around. But yeah, Hollow Knight Silksong, originally released September 4th, 2025, developed by Team Cherry, and released on Linux, Mac OS, Switch 2, PlayStation 4 and 5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Unfortunately, the 3DS version and the Vita both got canceled. So you're not getting it on those. It took a little too much time.
No.
Yeah, that's why I haven't played it yet. It's waiting for the 3DS remaster.
I know. Yeah, you might be waiting a long time for that one, especially if you ordered the physical version, because the internet store is down. Also, it's currently sitting at a Metacritic score of 91. And it's hotly debated whether or not this is going to be the game of the year. Because when it first came out, a lot of people are like, this is it. This is game of the year. But then some hefty competition came right after it. So it's going to be a pretty, I say, big year for competition of the game of the year this year. But what do we think of it? That's the real question. You came here to listen to our thoughts of Hollow Knight Silksong. So let's jump right into the gameplay here, guys. Obviously, this is the Metroidvania. It follows a lot into what the original one did, but then it also kind of expands it. It also, I feel like this is a game that also kind of believes that you have played the original game before you played this one, because it does not hold your hand when you jump right into or when it drops you literally into the game. So what do we think? Carlos, you're the guest. Start us off with your opinions of the gameplay.
In the words of my main playable character, Hornet, sometimes in this game you have to get good and Adino and Shaw. Like you have to do all the get gooding in that game. So I feel like compared to the first Hollow Knight, immediately right off the bat, you feel a lot more agile. Like I feel like if Hollow Knight you learned how to walk, and Silksong you learned how to run, do cartwheels, backflips, all the gymnastics. Like she's so
Pogo.
Yeah. Oh, Pogo. Yeah. You know how to Pogo. Yeah. You learn everything. So I think Silksong, as far as gameplay goes, like it sets you up for like a faster paced game. You have like you can grip on the walls, so like kind of if you're on an edge and you like jump against a platform, you can like pick yourself up. I feel like the more upgrades you get throughout the game, the more you just feel like you can literally do anything in that game. I really enjoy how much customizing you get in that game, because there's like the crest system, there's the tools, there's the passives, and where in Hollow Knight you could just do like the one build. In Silksong you have like you can do like the 5 builds, and like they're all really fun. You can choose like a main like needle style. Like I think all of us probably use different needle styles. I think Taylor is a purist and uses the hunter. I use the architect, which you get later on, and I don't know which one you use, Patrick. Do you use the Reaper?
I was a Reaper. Yeah, I was a Reaper. I like the heavier hit.
And it's fun to know like how everyone different like tackles the game. This game is I'll just kind of like go into the controversies of the game. This game is very controversial for being way too hard, and so I just want to emphasize the first thing I learned in this game was get good. And I feel like the controversies of the difficulty is like it's something that I can both see being relevant, and like also like if you like I can see being relevant, because there are some parts where I do feel like maybe if they toned it down just a little bit, maybe it could have been more accessible. But I also feel like it was just fine. Like I personally felt it was just fine. But I feel like people went into the game being like thinking Hollow Knight, playing as the knight versus playing as Hornet, and the more I got used to playing as Hornet, the more it felt like no, this is actually feels okay. But yeah, I feel like the game overall, the first impression was just like. My first impression was I feel so agile, and I really like this how this new world sets me up to be agile. Like it's not just like like just simple jumps. It's like you have to master like how to do your most acrobatic jumps, and like the pogoing is probably the number one thing that at first felt different, because in normal Hollow Knight you do like a little swoop, but in this one you go like swoop.
Yep.
And so the pogoing, when you
Diagonal
got good at the when I got better at the pogoing, it felt so fun. Like it's just so fun, and I haven't had that level of fun in a platform Metroidvania and since probably I guess since the first Hollow Knight maybe, but but it's just a very fun setup. Of course the atmosphere and the music, and I'm talking a lot right now, but just to finish it off, like the atmosphere and the music was instantly like, oh, this is gonna be a game. Like it was very much like a setup to like, okay, we're in for a great adventure. Like the opening when you first get into the bone bottom and it's like the birds flying around, or the insects, I guess, or like just how Masagrado sounds. It's like starts off cute and then you instantly get into it. Oh, this is not a cute game. This is a very dark game. So yeah, the setup is really good.
Yeah. No, you did mention the difficulty in this game. Taylor, what did you think about the difficulty?
Oh, she's gonna have to flex right now. She's gonna flex.
I mean,
right.
We both know you're like the best gamer out of all of us here. You know, with your I can beat the last judge in 3 hits or 3 tries.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. I do think it was way more challenging, I would say, than Hollow Knight. Because I don't remember any I mean, it's been so long since I played Hollow Knight. I don't remember any bosses on Hollow Knight that I was like, this is so hard. And there were a couple here that took me, like I said, maybe 5 tries or something like that. So there were some in here I was like, oh, this is like challenging. I prefer the pogo in this 1,000,000%. I did not like pogoing in Hollow Knight. I was not a fan of jumping on an enemy because I feel like in Hollow Knight you have to get so close to them and hit them, and I don't know, you don't. I like the pogo in this one because Hornet bounces so high after you pogo, and I like all that space away from the enemy. I don't know, like it gives me more time to think. Like, do I want to pogo back again? Do I want to heal? Do I want to dash away or whatever? And I picked onto the pogo really fast, so maybe that was just the difference in gameplay. Is like I was really good at the pogo from the start, but Hornet, like it was just easier for me to pogo back and forth constantly to kill bosses. So just like my experience in the game, I didn't find it hard. I thought some bosses were a little bit more challenging than others, but for me, it wasn't hard, I guess. Like a lot of bosses I killed first try, second try. I think the most time I spent on a boss was probably maybe like 5 attempts or something, 6 attempts. I don't know. It was very rare for me to have to spend a long time on a boss. But the thing I do like about gameplay, though, is everyone is different. Like I don't like to use tools at all. That's just me. I know my sister and her boyfriend love using tools. Like they're obsessive using tools on bosses when they fight them. I found tools distracting. I tried to use tools and I found them distracting because I feel like I was focusing too much on, oh, this is a good opening to use a tool. Let me use a tool. And then I would get hit by the boss. And I didn't like that. So I just didn't use tools. I preferred to just like evade and smack him like normal and evade and dodge and stuff like that. And it was fun. Yes, yeah. To me, it's more rewarding if you just defeat a boss without having to use tools, because it's like, yeah, I did that just by evading and slashing you, and you're gone.
You also have a very fun story about speaking of like smacking bosses at the very basic level. And that was that you didn't realize you could upgrade your sword until very late into the game. So you were literally beating high-level bosses
with a level 0 sword. Needle. Yeah, I don't even know, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. So when I first got the Bell Heart, I went up and saw all the homes and stuff before I saved it. And after you defeated Widow in there, I guess I just never went back up into the town. So I just forgot there were stores up there and buildings. So yeah, I played through, oh my God, I swear to God, 80% of Act 2. I killed so many bosses in Act 2. I was very close to the final boss. Because at that point I had already explored like everywhere, and I like found so many fleas and did all this stuff. And I had my level 0 needle. And I guess the reason I didn't question it was because I was like, oh my god, I'm getting like deep into the game, like enemies in the Whispering Vault were taking me like 8 or 9 hits to kill the Whispering Vault, and I was like, oh, it's because it's an end game area. Like these enemies have a lot of HP, it's fine. And same thing, a lot of bosses, like some of the bosses I fought took freaking forever to kill, and I was just like, it's just because it's later in the game. So I didn't think about it, and I found out obviously way later you can upgrade your needle and Bellheart. And I feel like maybe that was a little bit to my advantage, but I think because bosses and enemies took so long to kill that I just got really good at just like, watching their movements and dodging and attacking, because I'm like, oh man, these guys are taking forever to kill. And then once I got the level 3 needle, I felt immortal. Literally, I was just going around like, blah, blah, blah. Like it felt like child's play after I upgraded my needle. I was like slaying, and I was like, man, this game feels so easy now. I feel so strong. I feel powerful. And it was very nice. I don't know. It made the game a lot easier after that, but I think by that point I only had like 2 bosses left in the whole. Well, not counting Lace and Grandmother Silk. But aside from that, I think I only had 2 bosses left in all of Act 2 to fight after I upgraded my needle. But it made them a lot easier, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, Taylor really embodied the get good part of the game. Like, I think you told me that you did the Coral Halls fight with a level 0 needle, and that was the fight that convinced me to upgrade my needle. And I was just like, oh wait, you only had a level 0 needle, and I was just like, dang.
Oh yeah.
Get good.
That was my Pogo to win one when I got to the Coral Halls fight. Yeah. I remember the first time I did the fight, I died against the orange guy the first time, when there was only one. And then the second time I beat him, and I thought that'd be the end, and it kept going on, and I was like, oh, this is a really long battle. Why is this going so long? And then when it summoned the 2 of them, I was like, yo, what is going on in this fight? This is crazy. But I pogoed the victory on that one. I think my brother did the same thing. Like when there was the 2 big orange guys, you can just spam pogo on top of their head back and forth with the Hunter's Crest at least. And that's all I did the entire fight, and I died. Yeah, I was very happy. I was like, thank you, Pogo.
When those 2 came up, I used poison tax and the cog bugs.
Oh, the cogfly. Yeah,
the cog flies. And I'm like, I'm staying well away until these things destroy at least one of them. And then I will go and, fight the last one. Who is hopefully already weak.
Yeah, I feel like the poison tactic was a lot of people's favorites. Like our friend Chris that we talked to in Washington, he did the poison tactic. My sister did the poison tactic, and I was like, man, guys, just. I mean, it does make stuff easier, but
yeah, it's a good DPS.
Poison enemy. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when the enemies are slow, like the big guys. They tend to like literally stand on the tax and just get like damaged over and over again. So, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have the same experience. I think when I fought against the last judge, it literally took me 3.5 hours of retrying the boss before I finally actually beat the boss. And for me, that was like, oh gosh, I don't know if I could do this for the rest of the game. Luckily, the last judge was the only one that like took that long for me. But I feel like the game definitely punishes you a little bit harder than I think was fully necessary. So
Are you talking about
what?
Are you talking about the run back?
The run back was kind of brutal. Like I got fairly good at the run back and like found the little shortcuts to bypass like the little diagonally the cone
conch
flies.
Yeah,
the conch flies. And but like the last judge, for me, it was the fact that every single one of the hits that the last judge did took 2 damage out of you. And like at that point you could only really get hit like 3 times before you like
Mm-hmm.
fully like caved in. Luckily though, I finally found out about the flame medallion, that you could attach that, and then at least the fire portion of the attacks only hit you for 1 damage instead of 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, I can read the moves. It's like it's almost though that the enemy would bait me instead. Like it would give me that one false hope of like, here's an opening, and then immediately go into a move where I could not dodge out of that opening fast enough. So, and also the fact that maybe I was getting tired because after literally replaying and dying for 2 hours, like your mind's probably not in the best place at that point. I
Yeah,
really
for
should have taken
sure.
a break. um,
Yeah.
but I know
Yeah.
it's not just me that had that issue. Like a lot of other people had issues where fighting these bosses. It felt a little more brutal than perhaps it needed to be, but I don't know. I'm one of the kind of people that I would advocate. You should be able to play games the way that you want to play them. So if Team Cherry could add difficulties, I don't feel like that would necessarily ruin the game. The people who want that challenge, they could play that. Or, Team Cherry did a good job in like letting you make the game as hard as you wanted it to be if you needed it to. I just, that's just kind of my camp though. Maybe it's because I play also a ton of games, so I don't like being stuck on one game for a
That's
couple
fair.
hours on end.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I guess I could see the like both sides of that. Like I think of Silksong as like, back when there was like Super Nintendo and N64, there weren't really difficulty options. So the one set difficulty where you just kind of bash your head against it till you win reminds me a lot of those old school style of games. I do think a difficulty option would be nice for people that didn't grow up with those games, or like just aren't don't play a lot of Metroidvanias. I noticed, and the reason I say that is because I watch a lot of people play this game because like I follow some people that like play a lot of games, and only one person out of like I guess like 10 or so that I watched play Silksong said the difficulty felt good. And they play like Elden Ring and like Souls games and other kinds of games, and they're like, "Oh, this difficulty for this is fine." And I'm like, "But those games also only have one difficulty setting." So Silks, I think they just don't play a lot of Metroidvanias. So to me, I felt like it was fine if Elden Ring and like all those other games, like it's like, oh, perfect, and like, oh, I love being stuck on Melania for 10 hours, but Tropio for 30 minutes. No. Like I feel like it's a little bit like I think they just have preferences of what games they're good at, and then they're just not used to a lot of games like Silksong that come out that challenge them. So but I do feel like for that reason, though, because those games aren't as common, maybe a difficulty would be okay.
Well, my argument would be that people who play those games play them and they know it's difficult. And that's, to me, that's like an appeal for a lot of people who play Dark Souls and Elden Ring. They want that challenge and stuff. People who play Silksong don't want that. I don't think anyone who got Silksong was expecting it to be like really challenging. I think they expected like a Hollow Knight sequel. And to me, Hollow Knight was not very hard. So I feel like maybe
a lot of people had that difficulty at Hollow Knight was at the very end of the game. When you went through that was it the White
Palace?
The White Palace, and then you fought against the Radiants. Those were like end level hard bosses and levels, and you almost feel like Silksong just kind of jumped right into that from that point.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Patrick. Like, I think people who were playing Silksong just wanted to play it because it's a sequel to Hollow Knight, and they want to learn about the lore and the story. To me, it was more lore and story driven. That's what they want. I don't think they wanted a game that's super freaking challenging. So I think that is probably why some people were really upset about the difficulty of the game, because I'm like, they probably weren't like, this is not what I really wanted to buy into. I wanted a game that's probably somewhat challenging, but I just want to play for the lore and story, to see, the environments and music, and not be something that's like takes me 10, 20 tries to beat,
Yeah, I heard that. Oh, sorry. I actually did hear that exact argument from a few people. that they wanted the lore heavy side of the Hollow Knight universe versus the combat heavy side.
Yeah. So for that reason, I would agree with Patrick that maybe difficulty settings would be nice for people who want something more challenging versus people who just want to play purely for environment and story and lore and not have a hard time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, despite the fact that I found the game insanely challenging, I will say the gameplay was perfect for it. The movements were very fluid. They were very, the mistakes were usually done by you and not from some sort of little gameplay mechanic. The customization was absolutely incredible, like you mentioned earlier, with the different styles of crest that you can do, as well as the different combination of tools that you can play around with. Like everyone's Hornet could play completely different depending on whoever you're talking to, as we just kind of found out. Like you did a lot of tools, Taylor was a lot of needle, and I was kind of like a little mixture of both with a lot of failing. So I will say it's a very good gameplay. Like Team Cherry knocked it out of the park with how well this game plays.
Yeah, I will say it's like one of the games that I believe like it's the most satisfying to play. Like regardless of like if even if you're just like running around and jumping around, it feels nonstop fun. And there's never a point where I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to go from here to here. Like I always feel like it's like I don't feel like that fatigue that I do with other games sometimes, where like even the basic parts of it are annoying. So for me, like I think that they did find a good balance with that. I think the only thing that was annoying for me, which is patched, was that environmental hazards used to do 2 masks of damage. I feel like that was kind of lame, but that wasn't patched out. So because sometimes you get like hit by an enemy. Oh, go ahead.
They admitted that was a mistake. Like it was meant to. I don't know. I forget what they said the actual bug was there, but it was only meant to take 1 hit, but somehow I was reading it as 2.
Sometimes you would like get hit by an attack that took 2 masks into an environment that did 2 masks, and at that point in the game you only have like 6 masks, and you're like, okay, cool, I guess I'll die. You know?
Yep. All right. Well, we did mention a little bit about how people wanted to know the lore of the Silksong Hollow Knight. What did you guys think of the story that we kind of experienced here? Taylor.
I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna be okay.
Oh, you
I
don't want
have
to go
a hard
first? Okay.
time. No, I will go first. I'm just saying I have a hard time understanding the lore of this game. I'll be honest. Hollow Knight for me, I was able to piece together Hollow Knight. Like I loved the story of Hollow Knight. I loved like learning a little bit of tidbits and stuff, and I was able to piece together the story of Hollow Knight by the end of the game. When you beat the game, I was like, oh, I understand the stuff that happened with the Pale King and whatever. I'm gonna be honest. I beat Act 2 in this game, and I don't freaking know the story of this game. Honestly, I do not understand the motive of Grandmother Silk. I don't understand. Like, I don't know where if I missed lore, but like I did everything leading up to Act 2. I got all the fleas. I completed every single wish. I did every side mission. I did everything, and then beat Act 2. And I still feel like I do not understand the story of this game. Like to me, I don't know if I missed something, but I remember beating it, and I was just like, okay, what? I don't understand really what happened to everyone at the Citadel. I don't understand why Grandmother Silk was controlling everyone. Like I guess I couldn't piece it together personally. So I was hoping Act 3 would have more stuff, but I have barely played Act 3 at all. But I don't know. I feel like some people might have been able to piece it together. But for me, I felt like I was still missing a bunch of information to piece together what exactly happened in this kingdom and what is going on. Because I felt like after Act 2, I still had like a million questions. And I was like, okay.
Carlos, you fully beat the game. You got 100% on this, right?
97, but close enough. I'll just say honorable 100%. I will say that Act 3, I kind of wish some parts in Act 3 would be alluded to in Act 1 and 2. without giving it away, like just some story sequences that would have been nice to like have hinted at.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the story does ramp up pretty well in Act 3. But more from like the Hornet POV. I feel like Hornet is like a character in a world, and for acts 1 and 2, like learning about it, figuring out what's going on. But I kind of agree with you, Taylor. Like you don't really figure out what's going on. It's kind of like, oh, there's something happening. Oh, there's something. I'm climbing the citadel. Oh, there's something going on. Like, oh, we're being controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Hornet knows what's going on, but the player doesn't know. Because like when Hornet talks to characters, she's just like, yes, I understand that this is the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, what's the situation? Can you tell me? You know, I feel like that's kind of a problem with the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
But it does make sense in Act 3, in my opinion. It's just that I don't think it should take the third act that you have to unlock to even get there. I feel like there should be hints at it so you're more inspired to go to Act 3. I think
most people miss Act 3 unless they actually really worked at completing the game, because you had to complete a certain amount of wishes before you even unlocked the side quests that would get you to that point.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I got to Grandmother Silk's pretty like I beat Lace super early on accident. Like I just kept unlocking story elements, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to be the game yet. I want to finish what I'm doing. Like, so I started doing all the wishes, and then I unlocked the dialogue for Act 3, and I was like, oh wait, what? There's a what's this? You know, so that's how I found Act 3. But I think I don't know. I would agree with Taylor. Like it's very vague, and I think that was a weird choice to make because one element that does work in your favor that for the world building in Hollow Knight is Hollow Knight. The Hollow Knight doesn't talk, so you have to just. I think they have to give you more information because he doesn't talk. But since Hornet does talk, the Hornet already has this information. Like I mentioned earlier, he already has the information, but that needs to be still disclosed to the player. And I don't think they do enough giving. I think the lore you discover in the world is too vague to really piece it together until like actual story elements happen. But the story elements that happen are too small. Like they're not because of the style of the game. It's not grandiose enough to paint a picture that is like, I get it. It's just more like what's happening. Like, oh, what's going to happen next? And I think that there needs to be more like, this happened versus what's going to happen to piece it together. If so, yeah, I would agree. Like at the end of the game for Act 2, I was just kind of like, I felt like I only really understood the base motives of like Grandmother Silk wants to control this population for power or for like overseeing a population, but like I don't know the why. I don't know much about Grandmother Silk. I just feel like she's this big bad, and I want to know more about her. I feel like Lace is interesting. Honestly, though, for the story, the most compelling character, and this is a shocker, it was Trobio. I feel like Trobio's motivations in the story were so compelling to me. I was truly blown away by. Okay. No,
I've followed some Trobio lore actually. That a lot of people are intrigued because he comes off as a character that's not really controlled. He's just there for just throwing a show.
He's actually not. Yeah, he's actually not controlled. He actually just enjoys the case. Right. Sorry. I think he wants to solve the world in his own way, but it's through theater. But I think in his journal entry, it states the way he does it. He doesn't mind if there's casualties. I'm actually only slightly kidding about Trobio. I actually think he's interesting. I wonder if like I honestly would be not displeased if a Trobio DLC. Like, I think I just want to know more about him because he's in the game for such a little time, but he has so much personality, and you do kind of learn a little bit about him in the game, like what his motives are. He's also really funny.
Can you imagine a Trobio and a Nightmare or Trobio and Grim team up?
That'd be cool.
I've seen fan art of that.
Biggest showspins in the world.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would agree. Like the story could use a bit more. Not like obvious explaining, but enough to just like get the player back up to speed. That's my takeaway on it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've enjoyed what little bit of the story I could pick out. I definitely feel like the characters in this game were very special. Ranging from Chakra to Sherma, and like even just like some of the other little random bugs that you run into. They all had like these great personalities. They all kind of had their own little quirks. I know a lot of people fell in love with Sherma. And I will admit, like, when you first meet Sherma, like, playing music at the door, and you're like, oh, this bug is so simple, but it's so cute, and you must protect Sherma at all costs.
I feel like I was the only one who didn't feel that way. Everyone I know is obsessed with Sherma, and Sherma was, I don't know. I liked Chakra way more than Sherma. Cool. I was super attached. I was very attached to her. But I remember when you got the wish or side quest where Sherma went missing, I was just like, okay, anyways. And I just ignored it for like several hours. Like I was like not in the rush to save. But I know everyone else was very attached to him. He's very cute.
Yeah. I think I will say, I think with go ahead.
I was joking with Taylor when she told me about her little Sherma story. I'm like, you're the reason why Sherma has trauma at that point. You left him in that haunted section of the Citadel for so many hours.
Well, that's his fault. He shouldn't have traveled there. And gotten stuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what if I wasn't there? What if Hornet wasn't available? He just would have been, I don't know. Would anyone else have saved him? Would he just, I don't know.
He probably would have just died.
Yeah. I will say that something Silksong did that I think did better than Hollow Knight with the narrative was the world building. Like, I'm thinking of the other characters I liked, and I did like Chakra. The Green Prince is very cool.
Obsessed with the Green Prince.
Yeah. Second Sentinel is cool. Garamon and Zaza are actually my favorite because I like their bond and I like how he's so uplifting and always heroic. He helped me with the Morphle, so because I struggled with the Morphle the most in this game, I think. And you can recruit Garamon and Zaza to help you, and he kind of like gave me a morale boost because he's just like shouting. He got in the way mostly, and he wasn't very helpful. Yeah. But the fact he was like shouting and having his battle cries, I was like, oh, he's got my back. I don't. Yeah. He's very clumsy, but he seems it makes me feel better. Yeah. So yeah. I do think. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm disappointed that I missed like a good chunk of his story. Like I ran into him after I got into Bellheart, so I didn't get the Morphle stuff. And then apparently there's even a part where you can challenge him, but you have to do that before the first shrine. Otherwise, he moves himself to the first shrine and just stays there. But he seemed like a very interesting character.
Yeah, I didn't run into him until Act 2. Either in High Halls or Coral Chambers. That was the first time I ever saw him. And I was like, who's this random guy? I remember random the halls killing enemies. But he seemed cool. But then after I looked at him, I was like, oh, that's the person Carlos mentioned he met against Morphle. It just took me forever to run into him for some reason.
Yeah. He's easy to miss, though. He's like in a little corner of Greymoor. I found him on accident, and I was just he's like, oh, I'll tag along for this battle against the fly. And I'm like, sure, I suck. Come with me.
I will say in terms of world building and stuff, what I liked in this game was the Needle-In. Because you can play the Needle-In for like so many things. And like I loved every time I'd run near NPCs, I would play the Needle-In. I loved reading everyone's thoughts. To me, it was fascinating. Like, I used it as much as I could as possible. I was like, oh, do you react to it? Do you react to it? Do you react to it? I was just running around to everyone. I'm like, what are your guys' thoughts? I want to know. And sometimes you could play it with the dead people. If you noticed, like, strings in the background, and then the ghost would come up and, like, say stuff, which I thought was really cool. I remember when we did it again near the Phantom area, and you got some minor lace lore, because her ghost appeared with Phantom's ghost, and I was like, ooh, this is intriguing because it's probably not mentioned at all in the rest of the game. I think so that was really cool, and I feel like that it was just fun to me to read everyone's thoughts and try to figure out stuff from that.
I think that was a good execution of vague world building is the Needle-In, because I actually really enjoyed that too. Like after every boss fight, I would play the Needle-In just in case like something would happen. Even if it was completely inappropriate, like something tragic happened, I'm like, wait, don't die yet. I need to play my Needle-In. So,
I found out about the Needle-In, a little more just completely random. I for some reason like I was by this like bug near a tree, this like shaman bug in the Hunter's March, and I just like started playing because at first I found out like there's this harp shaped monument in the Shellwood,
Mhm.
and I played there, and like all of a sudden harp strings like appeared, and it like dropped a little bit of lore, or like a monument I think lit up. And so I'm like, oh, this tree is of, I think, of a weaver design. So maybe if I play in front of that, something will happen.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And the other bug just started singing along. I'm like, whoa, you can do this? That's cool.
Mhm.
And then, I started playing along with Sherma when Sherma was playing his little triangle. I'm
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna play mine. And
Yay.
that's
Have a
how
There's
I
this
got.
concert.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there's this upgrade you can that upgrades the range of the needle in to like
Mhm.
the whole screen. And I remember I tried it out in the first or the Songclave, I think, with
Mhm.
everyone in the background, and it freaked me out because everyone started singing, and I was like, ah, what there's like I was like, where is everyone coming from? Yeah, and you just hear a bunch of like off key voices, and I was like, this is scary. I don't want this upgrade. I never use it again.
That's
uh,
funny. Yeah, I will say this kind of goes back to the gameplay a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but I do like that a lot of areas, like there's some areas everyone has to go to in Act 1, but there's a lot of them
Mhm.
people
mhm,
can skip that are more optional. So it's always interesting to me because I feel like everyone I talked to went to different areas at different times. Like I
Mhm.
didn't go to um I'm forgetting Biowater. I didn't go to Biowater until I was like already halfway through Act 2.
Mhm.
Um
mhm.
because I just never went up there. I don't know. Like same
Mhm.
with Sinner's Road, like I went to Greenmore, Bellheart, Sand, like the normal route. So I didn't go to
Yeah.
Sinner's
Yeah.
Road until later on after I went to Act 2 and then
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
Biowater. Um, and then the
Yeah.
same thing. It was just fun. Or like when you got the keys, like people use their keys for different reasons
Mhm.
to unlock different doors. Um, I will say something I liked about this game was how big it is. I was in
Mhm.
shock at how big this game is. I remember Act 1, I already spent a lot of time exploring it. Like, I spent several hours in Act 1 just exploring and finding stuff. And I remember when I got to Act 2, it was just never ending. It was just like,
Mhm.
oh, cool. Coral chambers. Oh,
Mhm.
whiteboard. Oh, the underworlds. Oh, high halls. Oh, this. Oh, Mount
Yeah.
Bay. Or just that. But it was just like, and I was like, how many areas are in Act 2? This game is freaking huge. It was
Mhm.
crazy to me that every time I
Mhm.
thought to myself, this has to be every area, I would find another area and I'm like, yo, this is wild. So I was blown away on that end from Team Cherry. Like I thought they went
Mhm.
above and beyond on creating so many areas, and they were all so different, so
Mhm.
unique. They each had their own vibe. It made exploration and stuff super, super, super fun. So I really
Mhm.
enjoyed that.
So, what
Agree.
was everyone's favorite area?
I think it's no contest. The coral chambers.
Yeah.
Cruel
Oh.
Chambers has the best music, but I don't know if I would say that's my
Hmm.
favorite area. Like, it's my favorite music. I'm upset. I
Mhm.
like to
Yeah.
AFK in Cruel Chambers because it's pretty, but I wouldn't
Mhm.
say that's my favorite area. Like, I don't find myself being like, I can't wait to walk around Coral Chambers to fight people. I
Mhm.
don't know. But I don't know if I have
There's
a
a good
favorite
farming spot
area.
at least.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I've farmed a
Hmm.
lot. Yeah, I guess it's by far my favorite music. It's the most peaceful and pretty
Mhm.
to walk around.
Hmm.
But I don't know if I have a favorite area. I'm like, maybe
I
it would
like
be that just by
Memoriam.
default.
I
The
like
where?
the little like
Memoriam's
greenhouse.
unique.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the greenhouse area, and
Mm.
how each floor was kind of like a different biome of the kingdom,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and it had
But it
bugs ranging
had
from
so
easy
many.
to
Yeah.
hard.
Well, I like that
Yeah.
stag beetle. Oh boy,
Hmm.
Mhm.
stag beetle
Mhm.
man. He kept running me over. He was one of the only enemies I had to use a tool on in the whole game. I couldn't pogo off him really well because he has like a shell and stuff, and
Mhm.
he kept like running and
Hmm.
ramming and throwing dirt in the air. So I tried fighting him with my pogo method, and he just kept freaking throwing dirt and smacking me like over and over. And I was like, "Yo, I'm not having this." So I remember I went to the bench equipped poison and the little tacks on the floor, and I went back and I just lined tacks all over the floor. He like died instantly. Yeah, he just like charged at me, and then he was like dead, and I was like, "Yay!" Died like 5 seconds. I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Okay. One final question here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Were you referring to anything of the world?
Yeah, I was gonna say like an interesting comparison got brought up. So Bile Water is notorious for being the worst area in the game because of like the boss there and the run back and the maggot water. But what saves that place for me is the music. We haven't talked too much about the music yet, but I think that Christopher Larkin, I'm just going to repeat the popular opinion. I think he really nailed how to capture an environment. And the fact that he went with such a somber, melodic, sad track for Bile Water with voice strings and like harp for an area that's so ugly with the most annoying enemies in the entire game. Like I actually made me enjoy Bile Water more than I thought I did. Because the music just is very much like, yeah, this area is somber, this area is a struggle, but it's in a way that's like more of a something to overcome versus something that's like that I think most composers would like try to do the Dark Souls route where they put just ugly dissonant stuff, but this is very melodic. So it's actually a good study in like to me in how to make an environment very and like eerily inviting, if that makes sense.
No, you do bring up a good point. There's a lot of great music in this game. Like I do love how a lot of the bosses have kind of like their own various theme that played. Like I enjoyed the Phantoms theme. I loved kind of like the organ going on, and the Phantom of the Opera throwbacks there. Like Grandmother Silk had a very beautiful like song when you fought against her. It's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, I feel like the music is one of the things I was looking forward to the most. So I kind of mentioned this to you guys before. I know Carlos knows, but the reason I played Hollow Knight in the first place was because of the music, like all those years ago. Because I had no interest in playing Hollow Knight initially, and my brother sent a clip to me. Well, my sister sent a clip of my brother playing, and he was playing, I think it was Path of Pain at the time. And I was watching the clip, and I was like, "Oh my god, this music's so like somber and depressing and beautiful. Like this is an amazing soundtrack." So then I Googled the Hollow Knight soundtrack and listened to it, and then I bought the game just because I thought the soundtrack was that good. So for Silksong, that was like my most anticipated thing. I think was just hearing the music again. I think he's a really talented composer. And he did a really good job. The same thing. I loved hearing the music in every area. I feel like he did such a good job embodying like the feelings you're supposed to get from each area. Because the same thing Carlos said. I know we talked about the Bile Water thing together. But that was something I brought up too, was like, I feel like a lot of people would look at an area that's decaying and poisonous and stuff and go a completely different route with the music. But the fact that he made it such a somber, pretty thing, I feel like it kind of like alludes to the fact that, that used to be like a really nice area and now it just ended up that way. It's more like a sad area, not like, oh, this is disgusting or an icky area. But yeah, he did a really good job, in my opinion, with each area, just using the music to kind of like evoke the feeling and emotions you should feel in those areas. Yeah, it was really, really good.
I would say like something that Christopher Larkin just did really well is he stuck to his guns and just went the orchestra route in this game. And like the amount of usage, I know we talked about this here, but I think it's cool how he uses so much string in this for like for the spider motive, since they do a lot of silk strings. So a lot of so Widow, for instance, uses only string instruments. And I think it's the same track for the first Sinner. But this is a very string heavy game. And I feel like that makes it a lot more emotional and ties into like the origin of Hornet as a character, and the thematics of Silk. So I think that like music, anytime you can connect the musical element to the core of a game, it's successful. Like that's such a cool, successful thing you can do. The tie-in, yeah. So just for that extra little bit of world building.
Oh yeah, I had a quick question for you, Patrick, because I already know how Carlos. How did you get into the slab? Because I know there's 2 ways to get into the slab.
I got caught.
Okay, good. I got caught too.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to run past the guy who had the cage. I was trying to ignore him and just run past him, and he was like, and I was like, whoa, what's going on?
No, I was wailing on that guy, and then all of a sudden he hit me with the cage, and I thought I died in one hit, and I was about ready to rage. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I had a full life bar. What just happened? And then I didn't know that was a cutscene.
Yeah, I feel really sad for people who missed that because Carlos missed it. Because I guess once you kill the guy, you can't get caught again once you kill him. Carlos missed it, Amanda missed it, and I'm assuming my brother has missed it. But it just makes me sad because the other way to get to the slab is very boring. It's just normal. Like, oh, I got a key. I've unlocked it. I'm inside. And I'm like, that's lame. Like, I feel like getting caught, that was one of the coolest things in the entire game, in my opinion. Like, you got stripped of everything. You're just walking around naked, apparently, but you're just like, I gotta get all my stuff back. And I like sneaking around and ambushing them.
The little spider
like,
enemies took like 30 hits without the sword. So
I didn't even try. I didn't. I was purposely avoiding all the enemies during that point because I was like, I have nothing. I'm gonna run past you all.
I don't even have clothes.
You did what you should have.
But it was just the coolest thing to fight those people and get your stuff back.
Yeah. It's also the only place in the game where that track plays is when you get your stuff back. So I was super sad because I didn't know that until I saw footage of it, and I'm like, oh, that's where that track plays. I heard it on Spotify, and I was like, dang, this is like the sequel to the one in the first game, but you can only get that under that condition. So you guys are lucky. You guys are lucky you guys were caught.
I am curious.
I was lucky that
I sucked. I'm curious, what were your guys' favorite bosses in the game?
Okay, so as much as I raged against this battle, I also really liked the first sinner. Like that, like you had to go offensive in that battle, or else she would like completely dodge everything that you threw at her. But at the same time, if you went too offensive, you were likely to run into like maybe one of her little orb glyphs that she sends in her second half of the fight. Like, but it was Widow, but on steroids.
Yeah, it did feel like an upgraded Widow. First Sinner was fun, but it didn't. I feel like a lot of people would say First Sinner is better than Widow in terms of fight, but for some reason, I was telling Carlos about this. I did not feel anything when I defeated First Sinner. Like, to me, it felt like every other boss. Like it appeared, I beat it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna move on now. Whereas with Widow, at least for me, story-wise, like when you got to Widow, she dropped random lore about Hornet, and I feel like fighting her felt so cool. And when I defeated Widow, I was like, wow! Like it just felt like such a cool battle to me. So I think for that reason, I preferred Widow, just because for me, it felt more impactful. Whereas First Sinner, it just felt like a random boss I found on the map, like every other boss. Like and there was nothing special about it to me, but it was very fun. Like in terms of fun, I thought First Sinner was a very fun fight because it didn't feel like Widow 2.0. That was a good one. My favorite one, I don't know, it's probably the same as Carlos's. My favorite one was the Clockwork or Cogwork. Was it Clockwork Dancers or Cogwork?
The Cogwork Dancers, yeah.
Yes. That was my number 2.
I love that fight so much. I think it's really neat. I don't know. I like anything that has to do with like music or dancing and stuff like that. Which is like a thing. So I liked that they were, kind of like dancers. I thought the music was really well done to, they go in time to the music and it's sped up and stuff.
I used the beat a lot in that fight just because like how they would go on the fourth hit, so I would like purposely like nod my head like, and then fourth I would try to like get away from them. I don't
Mhm.
know. I like that rhythm style.
Yeah, it made it unique because I feel like
Hmm.
so many other boss fights, you're just like fight, go, 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 go. And this
Yeah.
one was just like it was just so unique compared to every other boss fight. So I liked that a lot. Um, and it was sad. I remember it was so sad. I remember the first time I beat them, I felt really depressed at the end because you see
Mhm.
the one dancing by itself, and I'm like, oh, this game's making me sad. I feel really,
Mhm.
really bad. I killed his partner.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And then I remember I watched Amanda fight it, and I actually teared up watching it the
Aw.
second time. I started like I thought I was gonna cry. I'm like, this
Mhm.
is so sad, and it's even sadder once you find out the lore of the Green Prince and his lover guy. So
Mhm.
maybe that's why I was more sad the second time because I watched Amanda Johnson fight, and I
Hmm.
was like,
Mhm.
I'm just getting very sad watching this fight. I'm gonna cry. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't like this, but it was really well done.
Yeah. My favorite boss fight is a spoiler. So I will do my other favorite boss fight. um
Hmm.
my favorite boss fight, I'm so ashamed you guys didn't say Trobio. I'm just kidding. My
He's
actually
funny though. He's
He
he's
was
funny.
hilarious.
flashy, and a lot was happening, and that battle was just pure chaos.
Yeah. That fight made me laugh so hard because it's just so like goofy. But my favorite boss fight, Clockwork Dancers, is definitely like top three. Because the same reasons as Taylor, pretty much verbatim.
Hmm.
But I think in Act One and Two, I liked Lace, like second Lace round two. That
Hmm.
was pretty fun. I like the setting of it. It felt very like climatic for me. Um, I think other than that, in Act One and Two, I don't know. There is one. I just can't think of who it is. I don't want to accidentally say someone that's out in
Phantom.
Act Two. Phantom. I didn't fight Phantom until Act Three.
How did you
Yeah,
not fight Phantom? How did
I
you
told
not fight
Phantom
you.
was
Phantom
a
until
fun
Act
fight.
3?
I
Did you
told
not go to
you.
the mist at all?
I thought the
Hmm.
miss was like a Act Three area. I was like, maybe I
Oh
don't
my
figure this area out
goodness.
until Act Three. Yeah, just
That's
you could look.
crazy.
Hmm.
You can be disappointed all you want. Stick into my story. I'm terrible at figuring things out. I just brute force it. I Yeah, no, I can't give away my favorite. I'm gonna go with Clockwork Dancers for Act Two for sure. Because I'm thinking like, what did you fight to get the three songs? And it's Trobio, the choir hall, and then the third one is a puzzle. So like, it
I
wasn't
thought
that.
Trobio was isn't Trobio completely unrelated to the three songs?
You have to defeat Trobio to get one of the songs to unlock the pathway.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't Oh, but for the pathway
I'm
for
trying.
it. Like
yeah, yeah.
he doesn't give you the song though.
No, he doesn't give you the song. No,
Okay, that's why I was like, I don't remember him giving me
yeah,
a song.
yeah. I did like the
Uh
Last Judge. I think the Last Judge is pretty fun. I think it really made me like really lock in on like movement, watching, and stuff like that. So I thought that was a good boss
mhm.
Act One fight. But yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I do think Taylor that your favorite boss will change as you do more Act Three. Patrick, I think yours will too. I'm really curious to see you guys do Act Three.
I don't think so. I'm invested in
hmm.
the doomed lovers story going on.
Mhm.
We'll see. We'll
I think
see
I
We'll
what
have a
see.
hint
changes.
who your favorite boss is, but is your favorite boss a story boss or a side boss?
A story boss.
Story boss. Okay, I think
Mhm.
I know who it is then, but I won't
Mhm.
say it. All right. Well, with that out of the way, what would you guys kind of give this game out of 10?
This is hard because I have not played a lot of Act 3.
Hmm.
Um, I would say 9 or 9.5 so far. Because I don't really have, aside from me just feeling like the story was not as clear as I would have liked, but say that could be answered in Act 3. I think that's why it's hard for me to say.
Hmm.
Um, but I love this game. I love the gameplay. I love the exploration. I love the music. I love the bosses. I love the maps. Um, I like was so hooked on this game. I remember the day it came out, I played for like 13 hours straight. I couldn't put down the game. I was obsessed with this game. And it's very rare for a game to hook me like that. I cannot remember the last time I was like, I couldn't put down the game. But I had so much fun. Like, I loved Hollow Knight. The original is one of my favorite games, and I feel like this was an amazing sequel. I think it was well worth the wait. I'm always impressed that Team Cherry's what you said. It's like only 3 people. It's a team of 3 or something, 5 or something. I don't
Yeah.
even know. It's like a small amount
For
of people.
the developers, I think they do
Yeah.
hire around them, but like it's not like their
Mhm.
core group.
Yeah, and for them to put out something of this quality with
Mhm.
just so much to do. Like I said, I did not expect to spend um it's like I beat Act 2 at 52 hours because I spent so much time doing everything else. Like I said, I did all the wishes, all the fleas, all the exploration and stuff. So by the
Mhm.
time I beat everything else and completed everything else, I was at 52 hours by the time I beat Act 2, which is insane to me because I was like, I did not expect there to be that much stuff to do in this game.
Mhm.
So I love that. I love that there's so much to do in this game. And I said, I like
Mhm.
all the NPCs and everything. I was really impressed with the game. Like I pretty much have no negatives about it for now. So I would say 9 or 9.5 would be my current rating.
Okay.
Carlos?
4 out of 10. It was okay.
4
Oh
out of
my
10.
gosh.
I would
Not to
say this
get
is
booted
going.
off, no.
Honestly, it's just probably still like after Hades 2, after Expedition 33, after ZA, after Bonanza, like it's probably still game of the year for me, just because it's the kind of game
Mm-hmm.
that I like playing. And
Yeah.
I think that they nailed everything I like about video games in this game. Like, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's also, but I think it just does everything that I like so well that I can't think of a game. If I was like, I'm gonna go back and start this game from scratch. Actually, I just bought Silksong right now on Steam because I was like, I kind of want to play it again. Uh,
And now you can get
uh,
achievements.
yeah,
You can go for this.
but
You can go for steal mode.
oh, I
I
don't know
do
about
not.
that.
Completion.
No,
Do
no
not
steal
think
mode for
Carlos
me.
will
No.
ever do that. No, that sounds
That's
miserable.
oh, you know what? Okay. Well, if you're gonna say that, then
I
challenge
I honestly
accepted.
just don't believe it. I'm just being honest. That's the one you can't die at all,
Hmm.
right? The entire game. You can
Mm-hmm.
beat the whole
Yep.
game without dying once.
You have no
Insanity.
faith in me. No faith.
I,
No
I
faith. You know
don't. I'm
what? We're gonna
sorry.
do Steel Sword Run. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do Steel Soul
Carlos, I believe you
runs.
can do it, but I also believe
Mhm.
that's going to take you a majority of your life to get to that point.
That's cool. You guys are
Eh.
both haters. Uh,
I
anyways,
at least have the belief.
all right. My final rating: 10 out of 10. Amazing game.
10 out of 10.
Perfect in the ways I want it to be. I think Team Cherry should make more games. I'm so excited for Hollow Knight Trobio, and I think that it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a. I'm excited for DLC too.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what they'll do with this with the Silksong part of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will
Right.
say, as much as I did not enjoy it as much as you guys did, I still respect the game enough that I'm not going to butcher the score, but I would say it's probably about an 8 for me.
Mhm.
Again, mostly because of it's not the most accessible game out there. And as you mentioned, Taylor, there are story beats that the story was kind of on the weakest side of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the gameplay was very well done. The music, the environments, the graphics, the exploration, like all of it was for a team of 3 people. It's quite amazing what this game has.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good. It's not for everyone, but I can still respect that, it's quality.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized we didn't even mention the fleas this entire time.
Oh,
No flea love.
No flea
Awoo!
love. What about the perverted flea?
Dude, that was so funny.
you're so funny. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Maybe
I
that's
just
my
love that
favorite.
you could. I just love that you could smack the guy
Yeah.
when he's looking at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Big Flea. I think Big Flea's my. I mean, I love Bell Beast. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, Bell Beast is
Hmm.
amazing, but Big Flea, I love Big Flea. I like going to the flea camp, and he's just there, and he's so big,
Hmm.
fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that
I
was
love
a good
traveling
one.
from uh I love traveling from the Citadel to the Pale Water or whatever it's called, and you're like, if you have the big flea in there, he's like, he's in the whole caravan with the rest of the fleas.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
so
actually
out of place.
Yeah.
Those people got a good home because that's the nicest area in the whole
Mhm.
game. The beautiful
yeah.
purified
really
water
is.
and waterfalls. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
You guys are lucky. Living
It's
Fruitopia over there.
yeah.
It really is a
Big Flea was
Fruitopia.
a funny boss. The Big Flea boss is really funny to me.
Oh.
I thought it was like
Yeah. I didn't expect to fight him. I was like, oh my god, giant
Mhm.
flea, let's free him. And I expected him to like beat us up. I was worried we were gonna kill it. Like kill it and
Mhm.
would be dead. And I was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
beat this flea. So,
So was
so I'm happy he's good.
yeah. You and Hornet. Hornet says the same thing in the journal entry.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so glad it came to its senses. So that
Yeah.
means Hornet also thinks the fleas are cute. I
Oh
think.
yeah, she likes them because they're fluffy. They're soft.
Mhm.
They're so soft.
Yeah, little pillows.
Yeah, she
Pillow.
may be a tough girl on the outside, but she still has that fondness for cute, fluffy things on the inside.
Mhm.
All right, well, I think that just about does it here for episode 1 of the Boss Rush Gamescast. Do you guys have any thoughts you want to send out to our listening audience? Any last words?
Trobio!
Game, life, Trobio!
Trobio!
I guess that's our thoughts.
Yep. And Carlos, where can people find you or your work?
I need to revamp my website. Shoot. You can just look at Instagram for now. I don't know. I'm on Blue Sky. I made a Twitter account, I guess. I remade my Twitter account, but it's Chai Melodies. Blue Sky, Chai Melodies Twitter. But I don't really, I'm kind of social media non-existent right now because I just use it for fun art. And so, but you can find me on Instagram, also Chai Melodies, or YouTube Chai Melodies is where you can find my work. So yep, I've been not very active with composing because I've been doing way too much with touching grass. But I did recently do a commission for a streamer called Rio Ann, so I will just give her a quick shout out. She commissioned me for some intro music for a VTuber or PNG tuber update, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I do music. You can find me at Chai Melodies, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever, and I'll feel free to give me a follow. Trobio!
Trobio! All right. Well, Carlos, Taylor, thank you for joining me tonight for this. And thank you all for watching and or listening to the Boss Rush Gamescast, the place you go to for the deeper dives into the games that matter. Thank you, and have yourself a great night.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.